What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. I'm experiencing hyper time because it seems like forever ago, and it's only 3 months when I really first started making videos on this channel. And one of my first major stories that happened at the time was the whole Jonathan Majors shenanigans that happened with his girlfriend, Grace Jabari. And we now know, of course, who and we've seen video footage of blah, 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 that she saw some texts on his phone. They had a whole hubbub, which led to her chasing him down a New York street. And of course, at the end of that, he was in fact found guilty. And this is back 2 months ago or so. Jonathan Majors guilty of harassment and assault. And then immediately after that, he went on a cope tour. You see here, and this is actually what's stemming the current lawsuit, amongst other things. But when he went on Good Morning America, one of the things he said was, I was reckless with Grace's heart, but not her body. And that, unfortunately, and a few other things have all led to this. This is today's story. We are now to present. Jonathan Majors sued for assault and defamation by ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. So let's get into this now. Of course, famously, and I think we've proven that Marvel was unhappy with his reception of Kang in Quantumania. He was Kang in Quantumania only because of the higher-ups, and they liked what they saw at the end of the first season of Loki, and that was the decision that ultimately led to them focusing on the Kang Dynasty and all these things. And of course, the Kang Dynasty is now just being called Avengers 5. Kang is thought to still be recast, but in a minimized role at some point. And Jonathan Majors is off doing whatever Jonathan Majors is doing. And of course, on his end, he still proclaims innocence, despite multiple leaked audio footage of other things that he, at the very least, he doesn't sound like the best guy, certainly not to date or anything else. But here we have this story. Jonathan Majors has been sued by his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, for alleged assault, battery, and defamations from incidents dating between 2021 and 2023. Last December, Majors, of course, as we talked about, was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault against Jabari from March 2023 altercation in New York City. And again, there was the footage. I'm not going to show it, but footage of him bouncing out of that cab and being chased down the street by her. Jabari filed her suit, which was obtained by Variety, in New York federal court on Tuesday, and accuses Majors of assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, malicious prosecution, and defamation. And of course, the defamation here, the allegations come from the Good Morning America interview where Majors gave his conviction, in which the actor said, I've never laid my hands on a woman. Never. Famously, I'm sorry if you don't know, he did the Victor Timely Kang variant. And one of the first times I did it to very few viewers, I did that voice, confusing and delighting some people, and saying that if they ever recast him, I should be the one to voice Victor Crowley. And I agree, I should be. Bring back Kang just so I can do the voice more often is what I'm asking for. So, of course, in the December trial, Major's attorney Priya Chaudhry repeatedly characterized Jabari as lying about the injuries she sustained in the March 2023 incident. Majors and Jabari met in 2021 while the actor was filming Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in London, and they subsequently began dating. They moved into a London apartment together where he filmed season 2 of Marvel's Loki in 2022. And this is that great Victor Timely impression. In the lawsuit, Jabari alleges that she was subjected to physical and emotional abuse, controlling behavior while they dated, and that Majors would threaten to harm himself if she ended their relationship. Now, that's proven. Now, there's literal audio footage of him and text leaks of him. Now, you could say that someone else got his phone or something and texted, but yeah, I'm sure those will come back into play, including all those audio footages of him talking about, I am a great man, and I need a Coretta Scott King. I need a great woman to be next to me. Yeah, it's painful. It is. During one incident, not just my impersonation, but his audio footage and the audio calls and the footage of some of it is painful. He's a beta male. He really is. It's not cool. So even if it's not full on boom, 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 I totally believe he's one of those manipulative, emotional, not good, not a good look. Actual toxic males, which just means being a bitch. During one incident in Los Angeles in 2022, Jabari's lawsuit alleges that Majors became angry with Grace. She became afraid and instinctively tried to calm him down. Majors began shouting in Grace's face and grabbed both her arms, pinning them to her body. He then shoved her into the shower, causing the shower door to open. He then threw, I'd be careful because the last time I read one of these this detailed, it got age restricted for some reason, because apparently no one, even though I say video is not made for kids. So let's just say he got very forceful and pushing and shoving, and she felt threatened, and it wasn't great, and so some things were broken. During another incident in London 2022, the lawsuit claims Majors, so he did some very bad things, pushing, the shoving, the pushing, and the shoving, and the non-Benadryl. Oh, sorry. I missed the Bill Cosby ones too. He brought Grace back into their house and held his hands around, stating that he wanted to end her and that he was going to end her. Majors then started hitting Grace. It's not bad. This is all real bad. The lawsuit also includes text messages, there we go, between the couple in which Majors dissuaded Jabari from seeking medical help and threatened to end himself. And yes, part of these texts were used in the December 2023 trial. So a lot of this is already confirmed through text messages. Yeah. Majors is set to be sentenced next month for his December 2023 conviction. In the wake of his conviction, he was fired by Marvel from his, and again, I swear to you on all that is holies, it really seems like the evidence all pointed to the fact that they wanted to get rid of him before this whole thing happened, that they were not happy with his performance and the reception of him in Quantumania, and that they had big regret of setting him as the big bad, and that things were underway to minimize rework. They were sort of stuck with him, and this just gave them to first just say, oh no, we're going to redo the whole thing, until eventually settling on, yes, moving away from Kang, but keeping him and recasting. And they're still looking. They're still, Domingo Coleman, I think, was one of the last people I heard, possibly. So yeah, he was removed from Marvel regardless. And his bodybuilding movie, Magazine Dreams, was removed from Searchlight's release. So he has a whole movie done and in the can that is now just waiting. Maybe that'll get released one day. Maybe they're going to try and shop it through streaming. I imagine they're waiting to see how this all resolves. Something very similar happened with Kevin Spacey, where only now, all of a sudden, years later, after he actually won one of his court cases in London, I believe, if you're wondering why all of a sudden you're seeing Kevin Spacey movies again on streaming, well, he's greenlit again because he won his court case. So now movies he shot that weren't allowed to be shot are being shopped around. Same thing, I think, is happening. They're waiting to see if this all gets resolved. Though his acting career has taken a turn following his conviction, he recently attended the NAACP Awards last weekend with his girlfriend, Megan Good, and good luck to her. That is the hubbub. We will let you know what happens with his sentencing, and I'll cover this. And really, well, I'm not normally covering court cases like this, just for posterity, And what a nice end cap to 3 months ago. Here we are again. Everything old is new again. Thank you if you are joining me. It's been a hell of a ride. Let's keep on going. We're almost at 1,500 somehow. I'm rounding up. We're in the 1,400s. We're getting there. Let's go. I invite you to join me. So make sure to like. Still 90% unsubscribed. So please make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And let's go, Badger Legion, to 1,500 and then on to 2,000.
Well, bye.